even though we both share songwriting duties, when it actually comes to, playing the songs on the record, I play just the drums. For the most part. I played drums on every song. Played the same kit. I usually don't have a cymbal, but I think I used a cymbal on this record to kind of give it a little bit of a, a little different sound at a few points.
Did you bring that big one
I
that
did.
we like? Okay,
yeah.
We got a cymbal from our friend Ryan Hayden. A very big ride cymbal.
Yeah.
And that found its way onto this record. It's one of the best sounding ones I've ever heard.
Such a nice cymbal. It was I think a signature part of my drum sound for the Mountain Carol, and it felt really cool to bring that over into this record.
Yeah, and if you see us live, usually you're not playing that.
No.
It sounded good on the record.
Yeah.
And then I ended up playing, I brought several guitars. I've got a Telecaster that basically the only original part remaining is the body of the guitar. Everything else been swapped out because I do that a lot. Maybe that's something me and Hunter have in common, is we like to rebuild our little things that we use. Him with motorcycles, me with guitars. And then, speaking of Hunter, he had a collection of stuff that you don't see every day.
Yeah, he had some really fun toys.
Almost like his guitar and bass collection is kind of like what you think of as, you call them like pawn shop guitars. Some on the cheaper side, like Harmony, which, was kind of a budget guitar back in the day, and all the way up to kind of a nicer brand historically, which is Hagstrom, which I just remembered. That's one that I really took a liking to, that I think we used. I can't really remember the track we used it on right now. He might remember. But it's a white Hagstrom guitar he got that had cigarette burns. It looked like it had been played for like 30 years straight.
Yeah.
Like literally without stopping or sleeping or anything. It was just really worn in, and I think it was one of his favorites too. But it was... I remember one we used it on was L'Oreal. For when I go...
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I remember using that guitar on that song. It's got some really cool sounds, really just juicy sounds. And, there was one thing, though, I had trouble with. And it wasn't a guitar, it wasn't a bass or a piano.
No.
It was, I guess you could call it a woodwind or maybe a percussion instrument for your song Trains that we recorded. It took far too long and too many takes. I just couldn't blow the train whistle right. And I think that's where we called you in.
I came in, I did a very straightforward choo-choo, which you will hear on the record, but it needed a certain cadence for the song, but also to mimic a classic choo-choo train noise.
Yeah.
And I do remember, you were just not hitting it.
I might have been blowing too hard. I really couldn't tell you. And if I knew, I probably would have done it.
And it brought me back to my childhood. I don't know if you had a train whistle as a kid.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I had
probably
several.
Didn't practice enough.
I practiced every day. I blew on that little train whistle till my cheeks were red.
But, you went into that tracking room after I'd given up, and you did it, I think, in the first take.
Yeah.
So, that is Matt Hall on the train whistle, in addition to the drum kit.
I wish upon the trains as they pass by, they take my thoughts along. Oh, the trains. I wish upon the trains, I cast my will upon them with this song.